Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. We are going to be discussing Discord servers for quite some time. It's going to be a long, drawn-out process, and that is so videos are not overwhelmingly long, and so that people can just kind of skip over what they already know or don't care to know. So that is what's going to be going on for a little bit. I don't know how long, we'll find out, but if you're seeing this, that means this is the very first video in the series. I will be discussing what a Discord server is, why you would want one, and the beginning steps to having one. So if you're interested in that, please carry on and watch the video. If you're not, I might see you for the next one. And disclaimer, I am in no way a professional. I have taught myself everything that I know, and I have been creating and running Discord servers since last summer, or like late spring. I don't remember, somewhere around there. So feel free to just ignore me, I don't care, but this is the beginning of a Discord server. Howdy, so let's get right into it. Like I said, today we're only going to be talking about the very basics of making a Discord server, why you would want one, what its functions are, and what are the first things that I personally do and what I would recommend doing to anyone starting a new server. So, first thing you're going to want to do is go over to the left and see this little plus sign. You'll click on it, and that will allow you to either join a server or create a server. I don't know many people that actually use the join button, but whatever. So obviously you can name your server. I'm just going to name it test because that's what we're doing. You can change the icon if you would like. I don't care. So there we go. The first thing that it's going to do is it's going to leap you right into a voice channel. It automatically creates two categories. One is just for text channels and one is just for voice channels. Obviously, right down here, you can go ahead and leave that. That's what I'm going to do. I am usually just muted and deafened anyway, so I don't use voice chats very much. That's just me. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is go into the settings. So you can do that by the name of your server, clicking it, and there's a drop down. You can go to server settings, and this is going to be your main hub to do everything. So first thing, we're just going to go from top to bottom. Obviously, you can change your icon at any point. You can change your server name at any point, and you can change the server region. So I'm in Georgia, so I'm going to change it to East. That's where I am. And you might be wondering, why does this matter? It actually makes a huge difference. Because it automatically was going to Central for some reason, the voice channels could not stay connected. People were getting dropped out, even people from Australia, people from the UK. So keep it, if you were the owner of this, keep it in your region. It's actually super important. So AFK channel, if you don't know, just absolute basics, AFK stands for away from keyboard. You can have an AFK voice channel. So what that would pretty much mean is if people were in a voice channel and they were inactive for 1 minute, 5 minutes, 50 minutes, you can see it right here. You can pick how long you'd like them to be, not speaking. If they hit that amount of time, they'll be moved into your AFK channel where they are automatically muted, and they can just do whatever they want, and they don't have to listen to, whatever. Most people in my case have just fallen asleep on voice chats. That's just what they do. So next thing is system messages, and I'm going to go to a different server to show you what that means. So this is my friend Lava's server. We just kind of play around with bots here. So these are the system messages. It will say the person's username, and it will just put like a little quirky thing like, it's this person, praise the sun. This person has joined the server, it's super effective. Roses are red, violets are blue. This person joined the server with you. Just little cheesy things. So I normally do not have that on. Obviously, you are free to choose if you would like that on. You can also get a random system message if someone boosts your server, which I'll get into in a little bit. I just have it off. I have a bot that does that. I just prefer that. That's me. The next thing that I would recommend doing is changing this to only at mentions. If you have it to all messages, that means, especially if you have Discord on your phone, every message that is sent in your server is going to pop up with a notification. Trust me, you do not want that. So turn that thing off. The next thing is roles, which I'm not really going to get into right now because that is going to be for a different video about bots, specifically the ones that have role commands. So we'll do that later, but I am just going to briefly talk about it. This will affect every single person in your server. So, pro tip, don't give them administrative permissions. Don't give them pretty much any of these permissions. The administrator, audit log, manage server, roles, channels, kick members, ban members, none of that. No, none of that. And the rest of it's kind of up to you. I personally turn the nicknames to off. I have too many issues with people either pretending to be a mod or just pretending to be somebody else or changing it to something inappropriate. Like, I just don't want to deal with it. I also turn the create invites to off. I have one main invite link. Some people would say that's stupid. Some people want to know who invited what. You know, that's totally fine. I just don't like it. I want one invite. That's it. Keep it simple. Everyone has the ability to read text channels and see voice channels. Everyone has the ability to send messages. You don't have to worry about TTS. I really don't know anyone that uses this, so they can embed links, attach files, read message history, mention everyone. I turn to off. I do not want anybody but mods being able to mention everybody. They can use external emojis if they have nitro, and they can add reactions, and then all the voice channel stuff. So it kind of depends on what your server is for. If it's just for friends that you trust, obviously you can go nuts with this. You can do whatever you want. You know them. If you're going to have a super public server, it depends on how much moderation you want and how much you want to be able to control, which, again, I'm going to get into that later, but just keep that in mind. Emojis. So believe it or not, whenever I first started my Discord server, I didn't know the importance of emojis. I didn't think you had to have emojis because Discord has emojis. No. You need emojis. You literally need emojis. I do not care what they are. You need emojis. It doesn't matter if they make sense. It doesn't matter if they're raunchy. It doesn't matter if they're just, old, early 2000s memes. It doesn't matter. Have emojis. Have them. I promise you. So, moderation. I'm gonna turn off streamer mode for a seckie. So, moderation, again, it depends on what you're doing. If you're just going to have close friends in your server, that's all you want it for. You can have it on none if you want. You can have it on low even. It doesn't matter. If you're going to have a public server, I would recommend at least having the medium, which obviously, as you can see, it means must also be registered on Discord for longer than 5 minutes. So essentially, there's tiers, for lack of better words. If you have low, you have to have a verified email. If you have medium, you have to have a verified email and be registered for longer than 5 minutes. If you want this one, you have to have those two and be a part of the server for more than 10 minutes to talk. Sorry, I can't talk today. Pro tip, no one really does this one because a lot of people don't have a verified phone number on their Discord account. They just don't want to do that. It's too much of a hassle. It's just... So if you want a public Discord server, don't have this one because a lot of people are not going to be able to join because they're not going to verify their phone number. I know you might say, well, just do it. It's not that hard. I did it. You can't make people do that. This is the most basic of things. So, and I know a lot of people do the table flip moderation level because most public Discord servers have rules, and that 10 minutes allows them to read the rules thoroughly. They have nothing else to do because they can't talk. So, up to you. This is one of the newer things that they've put into the servers. I don't mess with it. You can go nuts. Obviously, you can read. I don't need to read it out to you. And the 2-factor authentication requirement for moderation. Now, I have actually done this before, and it was a little bit annoying because it required all of my mods to get a 2-factor authenticator in order to be a mod. Whenever I enabled it, I didn't really know what it meant. So, it helps if you don't really trust your mods or your admins or anything, because it, forces them to, take accountability and stuff. So, the next thing I'm going to get into is the audit logs. This is for moderators, and this is pretty much the log list for everything done in your server. You can filter it by users, you can filter it by actions, so you can see when someone creates a channel, you can see when someone kicks a member, bans a member, and why they banned them. You can see when a bot's added, roles deleted, all of this stuff. You can go through it. Now, the thing is about the audit logs is you can't delete anything. So as you can see, this is all my stuff. There's no way to delete anything in the audit logs. If somebody messes up, it's gonna be in there, and you're gonna know who messed up, and you can take the right actions to correct the mistake. I'm speaking mostly of mods. So usually I have the mods be able to see this, because if someone gets kicked and it's like, hey, why this person get kicked, you can just look in the audit logs and see. Hopefully they did put a reason. So integration, I don't mess with at all. I don't mess with webhooks. Webhooks usually bots control for me, so I don't mess with that. I don't mess with the widget. It's not really important or integral to having a Discord server. So this is something that's a little bit different. This is, again, one of the newer things. I think it's, what, a year or two old? I don't remember. It's fairly new. So what you can do now is you can pay $10 a month. This is not sponsored. Do I need to say that? It's not sponsored. You can pay $10 a month to get, to be a Nitro booster, or to have Discord Nitro. So what that means is you can use animated emojis from other servers. So for example, I can use that emoji, and with Nitro, they're animated, they can be from other servers, and you can use them anywhere, you know, granted that you have the permission to use external emojis. So the other thing that comes with Discord Nitro is you can server boost servers, obviously, server boost. So as you can see, each one, these are the perks, this is how many boosts you need. One of the newer things they added is that everyone that has Nitro has the ability to have 2 boosts. So in theory, you could double boost your own server and you could get 50 more emojis, animated server icon, all of this cool stuff. I have never gotten to level 2. No one really cares about me that much. And honestly, I don't really know how much fun that is, except for the 50 megabyte upload limit for all members, because, you know. So other than that, go into user management. You can see the members. Right here, you'll be able to see the roles. This is where you can add a role. These 3 dots over here allows you to do a bunch of things. Obviously, I'm the owner. I can't do a lot to myself. But it would allow you to kick people, ban people. You can prune people, which means that, you know, if they're not active for, you know, more than a day, then you can automatically go through a whole list of people and prune them. Now, unfortunately, prune does not work if people have roles, and with most public Discord servers, they rely on roles. So I hope they fix this in the future, but as for right now, it's not really that great. This is the list of invites. I'm going to delete mine in a little bit. As you can see from the red X, you can delete invites. So if I were to use this code and invite somebody, and if I click the X, it would say invite no longer valid. This is the ban list, which has a little cute ban hammer. And then at the very bottom is delete server. So for delete server, I have 2-factor authentication on my account. So if I want to delete the server, I would have to put in my code, which is different every time because it refreshes like every minute or so, I think. So that is pretty much the basis of how to start a Discord server. So some of the reasons why you might want to have a Discord server is just to connect with friends. You want to spread ideas, or meet new people. You have a certain theme, for lack of better words, that you want to do. So for example, these are my public ones. These I'm only part of for their emojis. I am mean like that. So there's this one. This one is specifically for League of Legends because I am a nerd. I don't really pay attention to it though, unfortunately. This one I use specifically for emojis, which they recently had a raid, so all their stuff is, you know, kind of screwy. Again, this is more for emojis. All these are for emojis. I just said that, so you kind of get the point, but there's a lot of different things that you can do for it. This is the official Game Grumps one. This is for a game called House Flipper that I really like. This one is just for books, which, as you can see, has a ton of different things that you can talk about. Most, if not all, servers don't look like this. This is a very rare server. I have one specifically for mental health and helping people, so Discord servers can be whatever you want. So in the next video, I am going to get into what you kind of need to have a setup for if you want a public Discord server and how to make a Discord server public. So I hope you guys learned something from this and that it was not a complete waste of your time. But for now, I will see you later. Okay, bye.